I'm going to just get right to it. You know, we have a lot going on, of course, as usual. I always start my videos saying we got a lot going on because, well, yeah, we do. We have been under a lot of pressure, right? Have you been feeling it in your body physically? Have you been going through a whole lot of changes within yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically? There is so much complexity, yet there's a lot of simplicity. I know I'm just confusing you more, but just bear with me. First and foremost, yes, there are greater things happening on the spiritual level, on the galactic level, on every level, okay? There is a whole lot going on. There's also a lot of greater awakenings happening. Awakening within awakening within awakening. It's the dream within the dream within the dream, and you're waking up from different layers of this, of the multifaceted parts of ourselves within. And there is a lot of realizations in the spiritual community. There is a lot of realizations, a lot of awakening within the spiritual community, which I am fascinated with, which I absolutely love, because it's happening with me too. There's been a lot going on. I've been clearing a lot of things, purging a lot of things. And I know that I have zeroed out my YouTube channel. And it's simply because I wanted to kind of talk fresh with you. Talk from a fresh perspective. Where have I been? What have I been up to? A lot. But I've been going through a lot of changes. And no, I haven't. I'm not going back on my word on a lot of things. I'm still doing my readings. I'm still, busy as heck doing my online readings. However, I want to just clarify once more for the millionth time a disclaimer that my readings are not fortune telling. They are, I'm able to just help you see from a higher perspective, from a fresh perspective, fresh pair of eyes, where you're at now. It is simply about where you're at now and what you can do with it. And there is so much potential. No cards, no psychic readers, nobody can tell you what to do, but I can lay out the foundation of the blueprint of where you are right now and clarify a lot of things, put things in a lot of clearer perspective, help you see in a clearer perspective of your own realities, and make more sense and give more understanding, help you find and fine-tune your connection to self, give you a deeper understanding of yourself in the situations that you are in at this moment, because it is about you and your reality. That's what you're there for, right? That's why you come to me, right? And it's about you giving understanding or having an understanding that is clearer and like crystal clear, so that you understand what your next step is, because it is all up to you on what you are going to do. It's up to you on what you choose to do, what you choose for yourself, for what you want for your reality. And that's what this whole thing is about. There's a lot of things going on in the world, but it's not meant for us to live in fear, to live in resentment, and to live in hatred and, in fight mode. We only add to that drama. We only add to the issue and the problems of all those things. We become the problem then. Because then if you want to get online and you want to spew hate for all this and that because you found out just how terrible it is when you were blindsided by it, the truth, and you lived under a rock all these years, when you were, sleeping mode, and now now you're in the know. Yes, and you can't get angry and judge others. You can't force others to wake up because you know what? A lot of people on this planet are not meant to wake up. They can't be forced. Just like you can't be forced to change your mind. You can't be forced, because you know what? We are stubborn people. All of us are. And I'm stubborn, but I still choose to live openly so that I can see all sides of of all perspectives. Simply so that I can know what I choose to do for myself and how I see and understand the rest of this world and humanity. But it's not my job to change your mind. And my card readings aren't there to change your mind. My card readings are there to give you perspective, to give you insight, so that you can choose what you want to do with it. So you can choose which direction you want to go, so that you can choose to make changes that you want to make. It's not my job to tell you what to do. It's my job to just give you perspective, to help you see from where you are in this moment, because your life is just a blueprint and you can change it at any given moment. So what's that got to do with everything, with what's going on in the world and blah, blah, blah? It's just a cautionary note to say, don't go from one program to another. Live your life out loud to the fullest, on purpose, not according to what others say, not according to what the popular opinion is, to what the majority of humanity says, what society says, any powers that be or influences out there say. We are meant to have this life experience. Don't be afraid to go out and fall in love. Don't be afraid to enjoy life. Don't be afraid to have an experience. Don't be afraid to experience life. Don't be afraid to make friends and to enjoy your friends. Don't be afraid to travel. Don't be afraid to be happy. Don't be afraid to have a family. There's just so many things that I'm not going to touch on right now, but having children's, it's like egging on your karma. Karma is not a bad word. Karma is a good thing too. Karma can be good things. Maybe your children would be a blessing to you. It's good karma. It's blessings that you deserve. Marriage or relationships. Yeah, it might be creating karma or living out your karma, whatever. But you know what? Perspective. It is perspective. And you empower with your perspective. You empower yourself. You create. Your relationship could be an experience that you simply want to have. You want to fall in love. You want to share this life with somebody. You want to experience that friendship, that companionship, that partnership. Don't be afraid. Do it. That's part of the life experience. That's part of the human experience. And if you choose not to, simply because you're afraid of karma, you're afraid of, being hurt, you're afraid of bad things happening, you're afraid of, dragging on repeated patterns or what have you, then don't do it. That's how much power we have. But, don't live out of fear. Don't make choices or not make choices out of fear. One thing about this whole experience and this greater event that's happening, this greater awakening, the changes that are going on this planet, this time that we are living through, that we are part of, We are still meant to have our human experience. Are we going to live our experiences according to, what all spiritual groups and spiritual gurus and spiritual influencers are telling us? No. There's a choice, we have to make of whether or not we are going to let all of these outside sources guide us, influence us, rule us. There's a lot of wisdom out there to be had. There's a lot of wisdom out there that is shared. There's a lot of deeper wisdom. However, it is still our reality. It is still up to us, and it is still our life experience. Just because something that works for a majority of people doesn't mean it's going to work for you, particularly you. Just because a whole lot of spiritual influencers out there are saying, don't do this and don't listen to them and don't do that and don't eat this, don't drink that, blah, 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 don't blah, 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 doesn't mean that it's meant for you too. It's meant for people who want to go with the majority. It's meant for people who want to, be told what to do. It's meant for people who want others to think for them. And again, I'm not saying that spiritual influences out there are not to be heard and not to be listened to and that they're bad. No, there's a lot of great ones out there that have great wisdom to share. However, we do need to be careful because it is hard for a lot of people to decipher, what to do, because it's so hard, it's so easy for us to just, try so desperately to live the path of least resistance that we decide that it's easier to find somebody who's going to tell us how to do it, to tell us what to do, tell us what to believe, tell us who to like and who not to like, who is now our enemy, and who is, perfect. If you shut that noise off, shut off the TV, turn off YouTube, turn up, yeah, I know. I'm sitting here, on YouTube telling you to shut off YouTube. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? But you get what I mean. But if you shut off the noise around you, there is a lot that we can receive, a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight that is unfiltered, untainted, and uninfluenced. And it comes straight from within, and your connection straight from you and your connection with your higher source, whatever it may be. And you're not doing it wrong. There are lessons to learn in this life, yes. We can't live a perfect life. We can't avoid lessons, folks. We can't avoid, the things that we don't like, the things that we don't want, because life happens. Other people out there will do what they do. They'll pass away in transition. They'll get sick, or they'll try to make our lives miserable or what have you, but we still have choices of what we do with all of that. So understand that to live in fear, it can be our downfall. And to sit back and listen to others or outside sources and expect to be told what to do. Do you want to be told what to do? We say that we're free and that we're independent, that we're awakened, and that we are in the know and that we have the power. But a lot of times, the information that we choose to believe and the things that we choose to do is influenced heavily by what we hear, what we see, what we read, what we're being told. And it's not necessarily a decision on our own. I'm seeing people who are making decisions on their own, and there wasn't any influence. They weren't told by some spiritual leader or some political leader or society. They just did it because it felt good to them and they felt right to them. And they hadn't been listening to anybody else or anything else. They hadn't been influenced. I am seriously trying to be as authentic as I can in this. I hope I'm making sense. When I do my readings, I tell people it's up to you. My cards and any of my, my information that I get spiritually, intuitively, I can't tell you what to do. I can help you see through some things. I can help you understand things. And I can help you gain the insight. But we still see things as we are. And if you are in this time and place to where you were going to make this decision or that, doesn't matter what I say, because you still make the choice for what you want to do with your own reality. You create your own reality still, yes. And it's not all positive thinking and happy thoughts. And it's not all about being in fear of what's going on in the world. We are forgetting a lot and missing out a lot on all the most beautiful, amazing, magical things that are happening in this world as we speak, things that exist as we speak, things that are there for us to reach out to touch, to utilize, that is there for us. And we're missing out because all we see is bad. All we see is all the bad people. All we see is the bad things going on. All we see is, because that's what we choose to see. And everybody says, and you kind of tell on yourselves, we do that, all of us do. We tell on ourselves when we say, well, I'm not seeing all this good stuff. I'm not seeing this and that. What? You're not seeing it because you're too busy on social media watching everything, and you think that that's all there is out there? You think that's all the truth? You think that's genuine? You think that that's all the news there is to give us? You told on yourself. Yes, I am influenced by everything. Yes, I am listening to and watching everything on social media. And yes, I am relying on all of that to be my truth and my news and my information. Yeah, not happening. We've really got to check ourselves. I love you guys so very much. I'm going to let you go. Beware. Just know that there's a lot of information we're not getting. Social media, it does not give all truth. It does not give all information. Social media is not everything. We're missing out on a lot. We really are. And there is so much that we need to receive, so much that we need to see, to experience, and to know. And it's not through our phones and our laptops. I love you. Deep thoughts for today. Happy Friday, and until next time.